I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas. You'd have seen from the title of this video, it is about electric cars, but you'll also notice I'm on a motorbike. So, here's why.
My intention today was to take you out for a drive in the electric car, but as you can see, charging required because the wife's left me with no miles. But luckily for me, I do have off-street parking and I have got a pod point installed at home. So I'm going to leave this car charging and I'm going to take you out on the bike and I'm going to show you some of the local charging points and what issues I've faced. This is the bike I'm going out on today. It's my Suzuki V-Strom 1050. Lucky me, I do get to play out on the bike while the car's charging. So join me for the ride. You might enjoy it.
I'm going to take you on a little ride on my bike to a couple of the local charging points. Now this is something I'm not overly fussed about anymore since I've had the home charger fitted. It's not something that really affects my life because I'm able to charge at home. So this is more for the people who don't have off-street parking and rely on the local chargers. So I just want to make you aware of the problems that I had with an electric car before I got the home charger installed. Every single electric car I've done a test ride of has been brilliant to drive, and that's just what they are. They're very comfortable, they're full of gadgets, so you won't be disappointed with the drive. Thank you very much for those who have subscribed recently, and for those long-suffering subscribers, I do apologise it's taken so long to get a video on, but I have been working non-stop in my other job. But hopefully when the weather turns and we get a bit better, I can start doing some more reviews. I have quite a few reviews lined up for the next year ahead, so make sure you join me for those. I'm also gonna do a video on my beloved Suzuki V-Strom very soon as well. I've had a few people message me and asking about why I chose this as opposed to the XT version, so I'll do a separate video about that, and I'll talk about the little add-ons that I've added to this bike myself and how much I've saved, importantly, compared to the XT version. Little charging point that I tried a couple of weeks ago and got absolutely bloody stung, and I want to share this with you because I don't want you to get stung the same as me. So when I drove onto this car park looking for an electric charger, because my app told me there was one down here, my eyes were peeled looking for the charger, as you would expect, and I found it right here. So if you have a look at this charger, it's one supplied by BP Pulse, charging from about 20% to 80-ish%. It will cost you about £11. So I pulled up here, I charged up and thought it was brill. You know, it stayed here for about 50 minutes there or thereabouts. It's a 50 kilowatt charger, so it's not bad for this area. I think it's probably as fast as we've got. I had the nasty surprise, the nasty surprise of £100 fixed penalty in the post, because even though I charged on there and paid for my charge as I should, I didn't notice any of the signs that said you had to be staying at the hotel. Stupid on my part, I know, but I did it. I won't do it again, but it cost me a big fine, and there's no point appealing it. I tried. tried the appeal process and just got shot down with, there's a sign. And albeit the signs are quite visible in the daytime, I come at night time because that's when I was free to charge. So I got stung, £100 fine, lesson learned, won't do it again. Don't think that you can just pull up on one of these public car parks, charge your electric car and get away with paying for parking. Or like myself in that last charging point, I just went completely off the app. Don't believe for 1 minute that you can charge cheaply at these charging stations, because for me, when you do turn up at one of these super duper chargers, you can really be expected to pay anything from £10 to £20 to charge your electric vehicle. It is not the you'll save a fortune that you were promised when you purchase your car or trying to purchase your car. For that you need the home charger. So I can't stress enough, if you're just driving locally, make sure you get a home charger, because that's where the savings are. Now what I am going to do for my new subscribers is I have some rather crappy merchandise and I'm going to give some out for free. So I've got some stickers which I've already stuck at the front of my bike, so if you do want a sticker then drop me a message and I'll be sure to post one over to you. I've also got some nice woolly hats for the winter with my beautiful logo on, so what I'm going to do with them, I have got quite a few of them that I'm going to give out, so if you want one, just drop a line on this video or any of my videos saying I want one. I'll get one of my kids to just pick some random ones. And who'd have thought it, eh? Doing a video about an electric car whilst riding on a petrol motorcycle. Yeah boy, that's how Gilly Bikes does it. It is a biking channel after all, so I don't know what you were expecting. Where we are, which is in the northwest of England, we are in Cheshire. So we do have chargers, but the chargers at best seem to be 50 kilowatt hours, so you're talking 40-50 minutes to get to 80%, which isn't brilliant. Or we have the motorway service chargers, which I just want to have a little look at here, because yes, these ones aren't working. What an absolute surprise. So these chargers were where, when I bought my car, I thought, oh, ideal motorway service chargers, not about 2 miles away from where I live. I can pop down here, charge my car, go into the services, get myself a coffee, get myself a KFC, those fat guys like that. I could do that, kill an hour, charge the car, happy days. However, these chargers don't work, and they haven't worked for months and months and months. These chargers have not worked for, and I do keep popping back because one day they will work, but not today. If you have planned to stop at Burton Wood Services in Cheshire, which is off the M62 between Manchester and Liverpool, you have got no chance. You'll have to move on to your next charger. So that is a bugger. However, if you're one of the Tesla party, you can go here. Now if you look at that, All of those working Tesla chargers are currently being used, which is brilliant because it shows that the electric revolution has started. However, if you do look down here, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars waiting for a charge. Now that's a massive pain in the arse, because not only do you have to wait for your own charge, you've got to wait for other people to charge as well to get a space. But you can see Tesla charging points, there's a lot more of those than there is of the other ones. There's still not enough of those. Electric cars are coming whether you like it or not, as are electric bikes. They're coming, can't do anything about it. But don't be fooled by all of the nonsense. There is a lot of nonsense you'll hear about electric cars. You'll hear about all these free charging stations. Whoop-de-doos. Free! I do love a free charge. Who doesn't? A lot of these free charging stations are at car parks that you've got to pay for, or car parks that do have limits on the amount of time you're allowed to stay there for. If you are at a working charger, you're definitely going to be waiting, because there just is not enough of them. And as more people join the EV revolution, it's only going to get worse, because they're not making them fast enough. And we do have one charging. So what we've got here is one of the free charging points that you will see on this car park, and there are a couple of them, to be fair. They are managed by BP Pulse, so they are quite predominant around here. There's quite a few of them. These chargers are only 7 kilowatts, so at best you're going to be charging about 20 odd miles in an hour. This car park, you're only allowed to stay here for 2 hours. I was here yesterday, did a bit of shopping as you do. I thought, I love a free charge. I was shopping for about 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. I come back and a massive 6 miles. 6 miles! That's all that was added to my car in that time. So it's free, so you can't complain about it being free. But don't think if you have one of these near you that you can just come, plug your car in, come and get it, and it be 100% charge, because that is not how it works here. You've got a couple of hours worth of free parking. There are only a few free places left, and they are all gonna be the cheapest possible way of doing it. They're all going to be cheap and cheerful, aren't they? 7 kilowatts is going to be the top you're going to get for free. If you've got one near you that is better than that, then please let me know, because we are the poor relation up north. Being up north means that you get bugger all compared to people down south, which seem to get all of the money thrown at them. The accessibility for charging places around where I live is just rubbish, and if I didn't have a home charger, I would be fuming. I've had it previously where I've been driving around this very same area looking for a charging point, and that was before I managed to get my home charger. Now I got to, I think it was about 4 chargers before I found one that I could actually use. With electric chargers at the minute, it's not simple. It can be a royal pain in the butt. And as you can see here, electric charging, and we've got a diesel car parked in the dedicated charging bay for that charger. So here is another charger. It's attached to a restaurant, so as standard you are going to get somebody using it. So if you want to come here and eat and charge, brilliant. If you're lucky enough to actually get the charger when it's available, because if you see there, it's being used. So if you did come here just for a charge, you're gonna have to move on and find somewhere else. We've been to quite a few chargers now, some working, some not working, some available, some not available, some rammed, some empty. But it is fairly standard for this area, as I've said previously. This area for me is not set up yet for electric cars, and it's really not. So if you are planning on getting a electric vehicle but you don't have off-road parking, this is going to be your routine. When you have a few miles left of charge, you are going to be messing about, you are going to be riding around, you are going to be on the search for chargers, and you may find some, you may not find some. The best tip I can give you today is get an electric car. By all means, they're brilliant. I love mine, but make sure you've got a home charging point. That'll do, pig. That'll do.